its midterm. We just finished the first 1.5 years of the project. We are focusing on the fourth area. The first is diagnostic, so we try to learn as much as possible about the wrecks which are near to the Pomeranian region. We also try to learn how is the situation in Germany, how is the situation in Lithuania. On this basis, we try to develop a system which will help the local government, local authorities to make decision which wrecks is most danger. We have done quite a few experiments in laboratory, but also on site, in the sea, related to bioremediation, because one of the issues which is here very important is that if wreck is too old, it can be distracted and eventually can produce a pollution. We learn how to involve microbiota to cope with this issue. And at the same time, we are also collecting fishes and other biota to learn how the fuel and how the munition, how they interact with the biota and what are the problems. We are just in the midterm, so it means we know the issue. We have started some technology development and hope that one day we can resolve all the issues.
The most notable achievements of the project is the first examination of several wrecks in the Baltic Sea and the test of the scientific approaches to their environmental impact evaluation. We have learned that some of the methods work better than the other, and mostly the Baltic conditions prevent almost all the video surveillance methods, so we are heavily relying on the acoustics. The biomarker approach seems to be progressing nicely. Several dozens of fish and mussel samples have been investigated, and we can already see some impact of the wrecks in the area and the impact on biota. The notable finding was the U-boat U-768, which we did not expect much impact from because it runs on regular diesel and it was supposedly destroyed during the training accident, but it seems that, for example, mercury levels in the biota nearby and in the sediments are highly elevated, so who knows where this dangerous cargo came from. And it seems that also the toxicity levels seem to be correlated with the distance from the wreck. We have tried the approach of sampling next to the wreck, then 5 meters away, 10 and 15 meters, and it seems that along this gradient we can see the increasing in the direction of the wreck impact on the environment.
In the Baltwreck project, I am involved in analyzing mercury concentration in marine organisms. I am motivated by desire to understand how shipwrecks affect the Baltic Sea food web. In some fish species living near the shipwreck, we have observed elevated mercury concentration compared to the same species living in area without anthropogenic impact. And this posed a real threat to a human because mercury can accumulate in species that are caught and consumed by people.
In this area, 45 hectares contaminated by fuel. The most important part is vicinity of debris of wreck, because it's accumulation of heavy fuel, and this is the most contaminated part. Sometimes even up to 3 meters depth under surface of ground. Probably second one is something about 10 or 15 hectares, quite heavy contaminated ground because this is what will we have influence on future. Part of this area will be monitored because under monitoring we can look on how situation is changing. Is it better in future or not? Because we would like to use bioremediation in this area. This is the cheapest and the most effective and generally not very disturbing way for removing contamination from the ground. And bacteries can do very good work in long time, but it will be much shorter time when we release this because nature can do it, but it will take maybe 1 or 200 years. If we use bacteries which are living here, we would like to prepare for them better conditions. And if we do it, it will necessary to use this way by next 25 years, and after that, situation should be under control totally. It means it will be much easier, much faster, and much better for environment.
Well, I think in the coming months, we're really looking forward to getting the chemical analysis data. So this is particularly chemical contamination data from the water column and from the sediments, which we don't have so far. And I think this question of how much these wrecks are polluting now is really one of the important things that we don't know yet. So I'm excited to see what we actually find. And I think looking towards the future, one of the things that stood out for me on this cruise was that not all the wrecks look like they are currently polluting. And so I'm very curious to see what the data show in terms of which wrecks are actually releasing pollution and which ones aren't.